Tide Talk Web is back. You may ask, hey, why do I have sunglasses on? That's because my future is so dang bright. Anyway, basically, I know a lot of people are talking about recruiting. It's not that I don't care. It's just that you just buy kids now. It's not really the process of I love Alabama or I'm on the fence and we can recruit you in. It's all about contracts now. I'm not throwing hate, not throwing shade. It is what it is. I'd be doing the same thing. Anyway, today I saw a cool story in Saturday Down South, and they were doing a thing on, you know how like now ChatGPT, OpenAI, all that rules our life. We use it all the time. It's a thing, but they used it in another system, ChatGPT and Grok for the 20, and they asked it to compare the 2025 SEC Power Rankings, 16 teams, and this is what ChatGPT got. Texas number 1, Georgia number 2, LSU number 3, Bama number 4, Tennessee 5, South Carolina 6, Florida 7, A&M 8, Ole Miss 9, Missouri 10, Fairburn 11, Oklahoma 12, Vanderbilt 13, Arkansas 14, Kentucky 15, and Mississippi State it's 16. Now let's see what Gronk had to say. They had Texas at 1, Georgia at 2, Bama at 3, Ole Miss at 4, Florida at 5, Texas A&M at 6, LSU at 7, Tennessee at 8, South Carolina at 9, Oklahoma at 10, Fairburn at 11, Missouri at 12, Arkansas 13, 14 was Vanderbilt, 15 was Kentucky, and Mississippi State was 16. So it was very close, very comparable. They only had a few switched out. Bama and Ole Miss and LSU and all that. But it was very interesting. This is where it seems Gronk and ChatGPT are kind of misaligned on the top 2 teams and the bottom 2 squads, Texas, Georgia. Both lead the way in the top rankings, while Kentucky and Mississippi State bring up the rear. From there, the only other consensus ranking was Fairburn at number 11, and then Gronk divided on where to put LSU. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that same way because, LSU is bringing back Nussmeier, who's got 4,000 yards, had a good season. Brian Kelly has bolstered the roster through the transfer portal. The defense's improvement will be key in their aspirations for a championship, obviously. So there's that. But historically, Brian Kelly, when he's looking out to the field or back to the sidelines, it looks like he's eating damn drywall. And historically, they always underachieve consistently with Brian Kelly. So a lot of people are like, they do have very lackluster 24 season. Their depth is favorable. Their home schedule is pretty good. Key loss players are not that big of a deal. I don't know, man. Like I said, that's kind of like hit or miss. The other disagreement was, Lane Kiffin and moving him up. Gronk had it, and ChatGPT were involved. Like I said, they did really good things in the transfer portal. Significant roster turnover, obviously, but a strong transfer class. Got Austin Stemlins to keep him. So, it's hit or miss, and now they're just going to have to play it on the field and see where it goes. But both AI and Gronk, were very similar in the top 2, a little bit different in the 3 to 4 to 5 range. It was back and forth. Like I said, I think everybody kind of feels that Georgia and Texas are number 1 and 2, kind of interchangeable. Texas is bringing back, one of the top defenses in the country. Their offense was more lackluster at the end of the year, and they were a little bit more slow the whole game through when they played top-tier teams offensively. Now a lot of people aren't talking about, Arch Manning because he is a true freshman. Yes, he's played here and there, but he's never played a full season. So I don't know if the AI in ChatGPT and Gronk is really giving that any type of feel, and Georgia's got a new quarterback too, he was kind of underwhelming when he played. Obviously, he hasn't played a full season. So that's kind of up in the air, those two big programs. And, a lot of times these things are not accounting to people getting hurt, or maybe those quarterbacks going down and they get a third string or second string or whatever, or defensive linemen going down, offensive linemen going down, and all these things that can transpire. So it's something to think about going into all that. Do I think Arch Manning and Gunnar Stockton are good quarterbacks? Yeah. I think they're going to be pretty good. They were highly ranked. And I don't think there's going to be huge drop-offs. I don't think there's going to be like, oh, no. It's not like going from a first string to a fourth string walk-on with those guys. And I think they'll be just fine. Like I said, I don't think it'll be any massive drop-off or any of that kind of thing. I did think it was interesting, too. Greg Byrne had announced that Alabama and Tennessee, the third Saturday in October, which, I'm 42. A lot of people watching this, a lot of my friends were all about the same age. My dad, he's in his 70s. We all are used to the third Saturday in October. We're playing Tennessee. It's a big Tennessee game. Apparently, Greg Burns had comments on the chances of the Alabama-Tennessee game no longer being held annually. Alabama and Tennessee, they've played each other. They started in 1901, and since then they have met 107 times. Alabama holding the winning record 59-40 and 7 leading the series. I think the thing is that the series could eventually move to less frequent schedule unless the SEC decides to move to a 9-game conference schedule. Burns was kind of talking about it in Destin in the meetings, the SEC meetings. He said, if you want to go, I'm going to quote him right here. If you go to 9, you may have some extra flexibility with what that looks like, but I wouldn't like to see the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry go away. But he also realizes that things are going to evolve and change, and it could be a sad time if that were to happen. But you also have to deal with reality, is what he said. So the current 8 SEC game matchup would be allowed one permanent opponent each year, which in Alabama's case naturally is Failburn. A 9-game slate, though, could help the third Saturday in October contest, along with other rivalries across the conference, remain annual fixtures in the college football schedule. I gotta be honest. I don't like some of the changes. Yes, I'm old. I'm showing my age. It's frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad the kids can make some money through NIL. It's definitely becoming a beast that a lot of us, I think, predicted, because it's not what is intended. And while these universities are running out and offering these kids massive amounts of money, it was supposed to be, hey, if you want to make money through jersey sales, if you want to make money through car dealerships and doing ads, great. But it switched immediately to basically the NFL light. And, in college, it's more lucrative for an average quarterback and some of these average players to stay an extra 2 to 3 years and be pretty darn good in college and make more money than they would being an NFL rookie. And because of that, we're seeing a lot of this nonsense. And, I think a lot of fans, that at least the fans that I know as a whole, we honestly are tired of the fucking transfer portal. Like, excuse my language, but we don't mind it. If your coach leaves, you hit the transfer portal, cool. If you want to transfer and you find a better option somewhere else, good, go. But after that first transfer, if that coach don't leave, you should wait out a year. I'm sorry. And having 2 transfer portals a year is ridiculous. I'm sorry, no. You should have 1 transfer portal. It's open for 2 weeks after the national championship game, and that's it. For 1 year, you're there. Playing flip-flop, and my feelings got hurt, and it's very annoying. It's hard for coaches. It doesn't allow for you to develop talent. Pretty much having a second string and third string talent and depth is gone. I do understand these kids making money. I don't have a problem with them making money. But, some kids are on their third team in 3 years, and it's just annoying and frustrating. That's something I really wish the NCAA would get together and say, look, let's fix it. We'll have 1 portal open once a year. then it's closed for a year. You could transfer anytime the coach leaves, you decide to play for. Anytime they leave, you can leave, no penalty. Then you get one chance to leave, even if the same coach you recruited, you're not able to play, or you find a better situation, whatever. You want to leave, cool. But after that, I think you should wait out a year. I'm sorry. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I would say that's definitely my thoughts on that. Some things, that makes it tough as a college football fan because you can't really follow a guy and he doesn't have a chance to grow and mature kind of the way talent used to develop years ago. But I still love college football. That hasn't changed. I'm just don't like some of the new stuff, but that's okay. I guess that we'll get used to it. And some of the, losing some of the rivalries does make me sad, man, because, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I really enjoyed, some of the old school rivalries, and I don't want to see Alabama, Tennessee go away. I don't want to see Alabama, Arkansas go away. I don't want to see Alabama, Ole Miss go away. I don't want to see, Ohio State, Michigan. I don't want to see some of their rivalries go away. I don't want to see, the beauty of college football, some of the traditions, some of the passion, some of the rivalry games. And because of these things, we're going to probably lose some of that. And I get it. Life changes. Life moves on. Nothing stays the same forever. Some of the best times in your life, you didn't realize they were the best times in your life until they were gone. I get it. It's part of getting old. It's part of adapting in life. The only things that remain are change and death. But love college football. Kind of wish some things would stay the same. But it's okay. We're still going to roll with the tide. We're still going to be there, win, lose, or draw. We're still going to love it, and we're going to still be good fans. And that's all I got for today. Hopefully I can find some more cool stories for you guys. And I'll try to keep up more with recruiting. Sorry, it's more just free agency type deal. And it's like, well, nah. But I'll try to bring out a video later in the week about some more recruiting and all that stuff. Anyway, roll tide. Tide Talk Web is out.